Welcome back, students, with another class of biology in chapter 21 Neuron Control and Coordination Part 2. Our next topic is generation and conduction of nerve impulse, in which we will study resting membrane potential, action potential, and repolarization. First of all, we will understand what is generation and conduction of nerve impulses. Neurons are excitable because their membranes are in polarized state. That is, there exists a potential difference across the membrane. A neural membranes has different types of ion channels, and these ion channels are selectively permeable to different ions. This creates potential differences and is responsible for the generation and conduction of their impulse. As you know, our membrane are selectively permeable. So this create a difference and it is responsible for generation and conduction of their impulse. First point is resting membrane potential, in which, as name suggests, resting membrane at the resting stage, that is when the neuron is not involved in the conduction of impulse, the membrane of neuron is more permeable to potassium ions and then to the sodium ions. As you can see in the picture, the membrane is impermeable to the negatively charged proteins of the exoplasm and also chlorine ions. So the outer surface of the axonal membrane has a positive charge, while the inner surface of the membrane is negatively charged. The membrane is said to be polarized. The potential difference across the resting neural membrane or polarized state is called resting membrane potential. Next point is action potential. Action potential means when a threshold stimulus is applied at a site of the polarized membrane. The membrane permeability at the site changes. It becomes freely permeable to sodium ions. The inside exoplasm now become positively charged, while the outside become negatively charged, and this is called the depolarization. In action potential, freely permeable sodium ions present here. Now the current flows through the exoplasm from the depolarized region to the next polarized region and through the extracellular fluid from the polarized region to the depolarized region. As a result, the action potential is generated in the next segment, and this process continues along the length of the nerve fiber. Next is repolarization. At the site of the stimulation, the stimulus induced permeability to sodium ions is extremely short-lived. It is quickly followed by an increase in the permeability to potassium ions. At this stage, the membrane is said to be repolarized, that is, the inside is negatively charged and the exterior is positively charged. Next is transmission of impulses. There are two types of synapses, namely, one is electrical synapse and the second is chemical synapse. There is some difference between electrical synapses and chemical synapses. Electrical synapses, when the membranes of the presynaptic and postsynaptic neurons are in close proximity and there is no synaptic left. In chemical synapses, the membrane of the presynaptic and postsynaptic membranes are separated by a fluid-filled space, the synaptic cleft. As you can see this synapse, there is axon. Axon is here, which transfer the information collected by the cell body. This is axon terminal, synaptic vesicles, presynaptic membrane, synaptic cleft, which we discussed just now, postsynaptic membrane, receptors, and presynaptic, synaptic cleft and postsynaptic membrane collectively called as synapse. In the chemical synapse, the axon terminal called the synaptic knob contains a number of synaptic vesicles which contain the neurotransmitter. As you can see here, this is the neurotransmitter, which is a chemical. When an impulse arrives at the axon terminal, it stimulates the movement of synaptic vesicles toward the membrane, where they fuse with the membrane and release the neurotransmitter in the synaptic cleft. As you can see here, this is a synaptic cleft, and this synaptic cleft contains the neurotransmitter. The neurotransmitter molecules diffuse across the synaptic cleft and bind to specific receptor present on the, these are the receptors, and this neurotransmitter bind to the receptor, and then these specific receptor present on the postsynaptic membrane. This binding stimulates the opening of ion channels and a new action potential is generated in the postsynaptic neuron. So this nerve ending play a very important role to transfer the information from one neuron to the other neuron. This was all about the chapter. Thank you so much.